Welcome everyone. Strategic performance measurement through balanced scorecard is the premises for discussion in this video perhaps. We will talk about balanced scorecard and probably understand what is the right thing and what are we doing right. First and foremost are the personal checklist that we need to understand. Is your team achieving the planned result? You need to say yes or no. Are you encouraging behavior that generates the result of your business need? Again, say yes or no. Basically, you are trying to isolate the issues that you are doing right and isolate the issues often not doing right or probably ignoring. Have you thought what specifically you want each level of your organizations to accomplish? Is your personal compensation tied to your performance result perhaps? At the end of the quarter or fiscal year, are you surprised by your result? Are you benchmarking the best in your industries? If so, what is it? Is your vision for your company understood by every one of them? So, good governance mechanism recognizes the truth, the fact, actual fact, as the case might be. Remember, if you don't measure result, you don't stand to gain anything. You cannot tell your success from failure. Thus, you cannot claim rewards or uh, the unintended rewarding of failures or something like that. So if you can't recognize success, you cannot learn from it. If you cannot recognize failures, you cannot correct it. If you have to measure it, then probably you either need to manage it or probably try to improve it. So that is what good governance mechanism is all about. It if you don't measure result, you will not be able to identify whether you are on the right track or not. So keep on measuring the result every now and then. So what get measured? And is what gets done, because the things that can be measured can be managed and the things that can be managed can be improved upon. Lord Kelvin, in way back centuries back, more than 1.5 centuries back, said, I often say when you can measure what you're speaking about and express it in numbers, you know something about it. But when you cannot express it in numbers, your knowledge is of a meager, probably unsatisfactory kind. On the other hand, Peter Drucker said work implies not only that somebody is supposed to do a job, but also accountable, a deadline, and finally the measurement of result. That is feedback from result on the work and on the planning process itself is what Peter Drucker said it. 19 developed in 1990s, around 1992, 96, 96 it got a prominent result by Robert Samuel Kaplan and David Norton or David Peter Norton, P. Norton at Harvard Business School. The benefit was it was comparing itself not only with the financial data but also for non-financial emphasis. So why benefit? Need for evaluating strategy within the organization, need to balance shareholders' objectives. And when I say shareholders, it can be with customers, with operational objectives. Connect the visions of the organization to the strategies thereof. So there is a proper connect as far as the balanced scorecard is all about it. So who is doing it? By 2015, approximately 65% of the Fortune 500 companies are working about it. The most comprehensive study to date is Bernard Marr, and it finds one of those five companies uses the latest version of BSC or Balance Scorecard, including strategy maps. So, what can essentially a Balance Scorecard do? First and foremost, it establishes the standards. First and foremost, it establishes the target against which you are going to measure your performances. When I say your, it's an organization. Create a system for measuring, monitoring performances on a regular basis. Compare actual performances against planned performances. Evaluate result and take corrective action. Incentivize employees to make decisions that contributes to the success thereby. Four key areas of traditional balance scorecard methods: financial performances, customers, internal business process, learning growth, as the case might be. So there are four keys to the traditional balance scorecard method: the financial performance, the customers, the internal business process, learning and growth, as the case might be. The benefits of using the balance scorecard. Well, what are the advantages thereof? First, it helps us in organizing ourselves and planning for the future. Next, it is all about communication. It is all about execution. So it helps us organizing, it helps us in planning for the future. Now, once it has been done, we are aware of what needs to be communicated and what needs to be done, the execution. So there is a good flow of information, improved performance reporting. there is a proper alignment between what has been done and what are the end objectives, as in the strategic alignment thereby. So let me give you a example of Hewlett Packard's integrated approach to a total customer experiences. As far as Hewlett Packard business performance chain is concerned, if you look into it, starts from the employees right to the profitability of the businesses. So employee engagement and experiences is most important. Employees' attitude and actions are oriented. Operational excellences are process and system performances, efficiencies and effectiveness. Customers' perception are all about customer loyalty, as the case might be. Business results is all about profitable growth. Now, what are we looking out here as on when on basis? HP Sigma Plus is a customer driven improvement method designed to help HP deliver timely, high impact, sustainable improvement in product, process, and services. Now, this is what we are trying as on when on basis for Hewlett Packard thing, right from the fact of employees to operational, to our customers, to business factors. Now, what are we looking into it? See, we are again terming it onto the financial part of it, the sales revenue, the per unit cost of employees, the expenses, the responsibilities thereof, the key performance indicators, and the review milestone. In fact, these are the common things for all the four aspects for strategic objectives, responsibility, key performance indicators, and review milestone for finance, customers, internal process, learning, and growth. And I have just elaborated the financial aspect. Why? Because these are more or less common for no matter what type of organization that you're working around it. So, but probably for different types of industries and organization, things might be different altogether, and that needs to be understood. Strategic planning process is nothing but exactly all about formulation in the initial part and the implementation in the second part. So one is planning part of it, and the next one is an execution part of it. So in the planning process is all about your mission, vision, goals, and things have been there. Now, based upon your mission, vision, goals, and orientations, you are going to make a study of the situation of the environment, that is external and environment, internal. Both external and internals are nothing but SWOT analysis. Once you have decided upon it and the planning has been done, the strategy formulation has been done as such, is where you will end up with your strategies as such. What can be done? Execution takes places. Now, during execution, there might be hiccups, there might be opportunities, which might lead to a differences in your regulatory approach or ethical approach, and that is what we are talking around here in terms of governance and ethics, the organizational structure, the organizational culture, the organizational controls, and that is nothing but implementations part, nothing but execution part. The power of vision: leaders with strong visionary skills have the uh, most chances, most probability of reaching success, tasting success. Leaders with good management skills but without vision. This is something we are always on a firefighting mode. Leaders who are weak in visions, probably again people who might not be good in the long or short term in either of the things. So they are nothing but poor performances. So we all aspire to have a strong visionary leaders with the highest performing teams. So leaders who are weak has poor team performance. Leaders who are good management skills only have an average team performance, but excellent strong visionary skills might go for a longer, highest performing teams. So power of vision actually guides for daily decisions, so that people are aiming at the right target, doing the right thing, and not working at a cross purpose, not demeaning each other's performances by any fashion. Effective vision statement thus provides a significant purpose of the existence of the company, meaning to the daily operational. What business are you in? Does this provide the picture for the future? Obviously, yes, the vision statement will be giving us the future, picture of the future. What future does it look like? What is the vision that is going around it? Does it provide a clear value? Does it provide a guidance for daily decisions and behavior? In all probabilities, yes, it should provide you a clear values as on when on basis. Hunger free America, are we looking for it? What is it that we are striving to? This other thing that needs to be understood to become a world leader connecting wildlife and conservation. I'm just giving a vision statement of few of the top companies for you to understand. I've just taken a neutral country for you to relate to, able to understand. Feeding America is hunger-free America. San Diego Zoo would be saying become a world leader connecting people with wildlife, with conservations. Boeing says people working together as a global enterprise for aerospace leadership. Harley Davidson says to fulfill dreams through experiencing of motorcycling. UPS would say enabler of good enable e-commerces, thereby Harvard University would say to develop leaders who will one day make a difference globally. Disney to make people happy, Netflix helping content creators around the world to find a global audiences. And these are top vision statement of some of the companies that I've just listed for the videos, deliberately taken it from USA so that everybody is able to understand. And the companies that I have chosen are also more or less the same thing, except for San Diego Zoo, probably because that's too local centric. But then anything that comes with the zoo, everybody will be able to understand. Remember, the strategies are corporate level strategies. Corporate level is a top level strategies. The business, the company is to maximize what? Profitability. Maximize what? Growth. And how does it has? Having a competitive edge. Now, this is what corporate level strategy is all about it. For the global strategies, expand operation globally outside your home country, since competitive advantage is determined at a global level as the case might be. Now, what are the strategies that we go around it? We can obviously have a business level strategies, encompasses the business overall competitive things, thereby how it position itself in the marketplace to gain a competitive advantages, different position strategies that can be used in a different industry settings as on when on basis. How do we go around it? Then we have the functional level strategies directed at improving effectiveness of operations within a company as on when on basis. Cost leadership is low cost position tied to operational performances. Differentiation is distinguishing yourself from your rivals. Superior reliability, better services and support, better branding, better design, tied to innovations and focus on customers as the case might be. How do we go around it? Strategy, spend 5 minutes writing down some key strategies that you want to see in your organization. Some five things, some 5 minutes. Absolutely one, two, three if you want to go around it. Let us look into, forget the company that you're working for. Let us try to write 5 minutes of three things that you want to do for which might you want to be known as an excellent, you want to excel in. Absolutely excellent, being proficient in certain of the qualities. Then probably as an organization, partner with someone who can refine or validate your strategies based on a SWOT analysis thereby. It's a small exercise that you can be finishing it off within 10 minutes exercise. First 5 minutes, just write it down. Second 5 minutes, just talk to someone as to who can partner you, who can validate you, who can surely help you to go around it. And that is what strategy is all about it. Now, talking about building a balanced scorecard. Now, this is a time when you want to list the organization and probably define the vision of the organization, strategic objective strategies as on when on basis, the critical success factors or the performance matrices, any one of them as you go around it. Let us look into performance or the outcome metric. Performance metric is critical success factor, how well the activities are performed, that have been determined as the most likely to be positive impact on the outcome. Lead measures because they are driving the outcomes in advances of that outcome, measured less frequently than KPIs. KPI is a key performance indicator, periodically measures the progress of a strategic goal, typically measures the process thereby. And how do we go into it? What is the strength that comes around here? Benchmarking has been classified into two distinct categories completely, thoroughly. Technical benchmarking, capabilities of products and services, especially in comparison to the products or service leading to the competitors. How do the designers, or should I say designers, rank the properties? Competitive benchmark compares how well or poorly the organization is doing with respect to the leading competition. How do customers rank your organization, product, services compared to those of leading competition, as the case might be? Building a business scorecard. Let us look into how do we go across with building a business scorecard. Here we are talking only about the critical success factors or the performance metrics. Remember, KPIs or outcome metrics, map them to the framework in line number 1 or 2 in the scorecard itself, as the case might be. See, what I have given, trying to go around it. The vision statement is mentioned out here. If your vision succeed, how will you differ to my shareholder, to my customer, to my internal management process, and to my innovative and growth team? So these are things that needs to be answered. We are talking about shareholders for financial performance. To my customers is perspective. We're talking about the internal management is your employees, as in the concerns innovation and learning as to how does it become sustainable over a period of time. So what are my critical success factors? Probably 1 million savings per client per year. Isn't that good for the shareholders? Probably yes. Customers and client loyalty rate should be in excess of 85%. Definitely, that means less of a marketing cost and a high customer satisfaction. Internal management is all about employee loyalty. Not many people are leaving the company for a better opportunities. That means more than 90% of the employees are staying back, and 100% is how are we going to innovate ourselves, because this is all the question of sustainability. Remember, be the benchmark of the GBS process, highest return on investment. What comes around here? Be the masters at the loyalty factor. So, what are the critical success factors? Our critical measurement is per project cost should be more than $25,000 altogether, saving wise. Because if you can go around it, if there are only 4 projects, you are easily going to make that 1 million. You just have to have approximately five, 4 or 5 projects per month, and savings for 100,000 rupees to make an 1 million of savings in a year. So that is what we are looking for. Customer satisfaction has to be more than 95%. Retention has to be more than 75%. Similarly, for employee satisfaction, 95%. Employee uh, LOS, or people who have been staying on on your organization payroll for more than 5 years, has to be critical. And 100% business management, business planning, project management performances, you need to go around it. So how will this connect to the feedback? 100% team recognition for 1 billion projects, definitely yes. First time fix, 98%. Customer response time should be less than 4 hours. Customer service award should be one per department per quarter. Productivity, 83% utilizations. Employee career free utilization, 85%. LOC or LOS awards, 100% eligible. Employee promotions, 3% of the top performers, as the case might be. Now, these are the balance scorecard that needs to be taken care of. Now, let us talk about implementing them. How do we go around it? The litmus test in your organization, first and foremost, is your feedback system. How do we go around? First, try to figure out your balance code based on the feedback. Discuss who is accountable for what metrics, what function, what division, what department, and try to own up the result. The result might not be good, the result might be all good. Either way, take this credit, because the buck stops at your end. Determine the measurement drivers, taking into account the complexity of getting metric strategic objectives. Determine review cycle, milestone reviews, and key target review cycle. Guiding principle for cultures, as the case might be. 9 ninja strengths, absolutely must. Timelines, balance, wisdom, never have a negative notions. Super strength, master of our tools, foresight, laser focus, agility. These are things that needs to be done then and there. We are talking about personal checklist. Did I speak about the personal checklist in the very opening statement? I hope everything was answered. If you look, is your team achieving planned result? Probably yes. Are you encouraging the behaviors that generate result in your business? Probably yes. Have you thought of what specifically you want in each level of the organization? We have discussed it out there. Is your personal compensation tied to your performance result? Probably yes. $1 million savings per year if you want to go around it. At the end of the quarters of fiscal year, are you surprised by your result? Probably yes. Are you benchmarking the best in your industry and business? Probably yes. Is your vision of an organization understood by all? Because everybody is participating, it is again yes. That means itself the balance scorecard is in motion and fully implemented. With this, I come to an end of this presentation. Thank you for watching this video till the very end.